Mounting a transient voltage surge suppressor (TVSS) directly on the front face of the switchgear presents a significant safety hazard. A fault in the TVSS or switchgear could cause an arc flash, which could injure personnel. Accessing the TVSS for maintenance or replacement would be extremely difficult. The National Electrical Code (NEC) requires that TVSS devices be installed as close as possible to the service entrance equipment. The NEC does not specifically prohibit mounting TVSS devices on the front of switchgear, but it is generally not recommended due to safety concerns. It is always best to follow the manufacturer's recommendations for installing electrical equipment. In this case, it is best to contact the manufacturer to provide guidance on mounting TVSS devices on their switchgear. Consider mounting the TVSS devices inside the switchgear instead of on the front face. This will provide better protection from faults and ensure easier access for maintenance. If mounting inside the switchgear is not feasible, consider using a remote-mounted TVSS device. This would allow the TVSS to be installed in a more accessible location while still providing protection for the service entrance. Ensure that the chase nipple or conduit used to connect the TVSS to the switchgear is adequately sized and listed for the application. Use the proper gaskets or sealing materials to prevent dust and moisture from entering the switchgear. Consider installing a warning label on the front of the switchgear to indicate that TVSS devices are installed inside. Have an electrician who is qualified and familiar with the equipment perform the installation and maintenance. When installing a TVSS transient voltage surge suppressor, several factors must be carefully considered to ensure both safety and code compliance. Firstly, safety is paramount. Mounting a TVSS directly on the front face of switchgear introduces a significant risk of arc flash, which can result in serious injuries or even fatalities. An arc flash is a dangerous electrical explosion caused by a fault in the electrical system. Because the TVSS is designed to protect against voltage surges, it itself is susceptible to faults that can lead to such events. Moreover, accessing a TVSS mounted on the front of switchgear for routine maintenance or in the event of a failure can be exceedingly difficult and dangerous, particularly if the switchgear is energized. Secondly, code compliance is crucial. The National Electrical Code (NEC) stipulates that TVSS devices should be installed as close as possible to the service entrance equipment to maximize their effectiveness in protecting against voltage surges. While the NEC does not explicitly forbid mounting TVSS devices on the front of switchgear, this practice is generally discouraged due to the aforementioned safety concerns and potential access issues. Therefore, adhering to the NEC guidelines requires a balanced approach that considers both proximity and safety. Thirdly, manufacturer recommendations are an invaluable resource. Always consult the manufacturer's documentation for specific installation instructions and guidelines. Manufacturers conduct extensive testing and engineering analysis to determine the optimal placement and configuration of their equipment. Failure to follow these recommendations can void warranties and potentially compromise the performance and safety of the TVSS. Contacting the manufacturer directly for guidance on mounting TVSS devices on their specific switchgear model is a prudent step. Fourthly, consider alternative mounting locations. Mounting the TVSS devices inside the switchgear, if feasible, offers several advantages. This approach provides enhanced protection against physical damage and environmental factors, as well as improved safety by minimizing the risk of accidental contact. Internal mounting also typically simplifies maintenance and troubleshooting. However, it is essential to ensure that there is sufficient space inside the switchgear and that the installation complies with all applicable codes and standards. Fifthly, if internal mounting is not an option, explore the use of remote-mounted TVSS devices. These devices can be installed in a more accessible and less hazardous location while still providing effective surge protection for the service entrance. Remote-mounted TVSS devices are connected to the switchgear via properly sized and protected conductors, allowing for flexibility in placement without compromising performance. Several additional factors should also be taken into account. 1. Ensure that the chase nipple or conduit used to connect the TVSS to the switchgear is adequately sized and listed for the intended application. The size of the conduit must be sufficient to accommodate the conductors and prevent overheating, and the conduit must be approved for use in the specific environment. 2. Use proper gaskets or sealing materials to prevent dust and moisture from entering the switchgear. This is particularly important in industrial environments where contaminants can compromise the integrity of the electrical system. 3. Consider installing a warning label on the front of the switchgear to indicate that TVSS devices are installed inside. This will alert personnel to the presence of the TVSS and help prevent accidental contact or damage. 4. And perhaps most importantly, ensure that the installation and maintenance of the TVSS are performed by a qualified electrician who is thoroughly familiar with the equipment and the relevant codes and standards. Electrical work should never be attempted by unqualified individuals, as it poses a significant risk of injury or death. Transient voltage surge suppressors (TVSSs) are critical components in protecting electrical equipment from damaging voltage spikes. To ensure optimal performance and safety, several key considerations must be addressed during installation. Firstly, proximity to the protected equipment is paramount. The closer the TVSS is located to the equipment it is intended to protect, the more effective it will be in mitigating voltage surges. Ideally, the TVSS should be installed as close as possible to the service entrance or the specific equipment being protected. This minimizes the impedance of the wire in between the TVSS and the equipment, thereby reducing the magnitude of the voltage surge that reaches the equipment. Secondly, proper grounding is essential for the effective operation of a TVSS. The grounding conductor should be short, direct, and of adequate size to provide a low impedance path for surge currents to flow to ground. A poor ground connection can significantly reduce the effectiveness of the TVSS and may even create a safety hazard. The grounding conductor should be connected to a central grounding point, such as a grounding bus bar, that is properly bonded to the building's grounding system. Thirdly, conductor size and ampacity must be carefully considered. The conductors connecting the TVSS to the electrical system must be sized appropriately to handle the anticipated surge currents. Undersized conductors can overheat and potentially fail, rendering the TVSS ineffective. The conductor ampacity should be based on the manufacturer's recommendations and the applicable electrical codes. Fourthly, overcurrent protection is necessary to protect the TVSS from damage due to excessive current flow. A dedicated overcurrent protective device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, should be installed in the circuit feeding the TVSS. The size of the overcurrent device should be selected to protect the TVSS without nuisance tripping during normal operation. Fifthly, environmental factors can significantly impact the performance and lifespan of a TVSS. TVSSs should be installed in a location that is protected from moisture, dust, and extreme temperatures. Exposure to these elements can degrade the components of the TVSS and reduce its effectiveness. If the TVSS must be installed in a harsh environment, a suitable enclosure should be used to protect it from the elements. Sixthly, monitoring and maintenance are crucial for ensuring the continued effectiveness of a TVSS. Many TVSSs are equipped with indicators that provide information about their operating status. These indicators should be checked regularly to ensure that the TVSS is functioning properly. Additionally, TVSSs should be inspected periodically for signs of damage or degradation. If any issues are detected, the TVSS should be replaced immediately. Seventhly, surge capacity is a critical parameter to consider when selecting a TVSS. Surge capacity is the maximum amount of surge current that the TVSS can withstand without failing. The surge capacity should be selected based on the anticipated surge levels in the electrical system. Higher surge capacity TVSSs are generally more expensive, but they provide better protection against severe voltage surges. Eighthly, voltage protection level, also known as let-through voltage, is another important parameter to consider. The voltage protection level is the maximum voltage that the TVSS will allow to pass through to the protected equipment. Lower voltage protection levels provide better protection, but they may also result in more frequent activation of the TVSS. The voltage protection level should be selected based on the sensitivity of the protected equipment. Ninthly, response time is the time it takes for the TVSS to begin clamping the voltage surge. Faster response times provide better protection against fast rising voltage surges. TVSSs with nanosecond response times are generally preferred for protecting sensitive electronic equipment. Tenthly, coordination with other surge protection devices is essential for achieving comprehensive surge protection. TVSSs should be coordinated with other surge protection devices throughout the electrical system to ensure that voltage surges are effectively mitigated at all levels. This may involve installing TVSSs at the service entrance, at distribution panels, and at individual equipment locations. Selecting the appropriate type of TVSS is crucial for providing effective surge protection. Several types of TVSSs are available, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Firstly, metal oxide varistors, MOVs, are the most common type of TVSS. MOVs are relatively inexpensive and offer good surge protection performance. However, MOVs degrade over time with repeated surges and may eventually fail. Secondly, silicon avalanche diodes, SADs, offer faster response times and better surge protection performance than MOVs. However, SADs are more expensive than MOVs and have lower surge capacity. Thirdly, gas discharge tubes, GDTS, offer very high surge capacity and are often used in service entrance TVSSs. However, GDTS have slower response times than MOVs and SADs. Fourthly, hybrid TVSSs combine different types of surge protection components to provide optimal performance. For example, a hybrid TVSS may combine a GDT for high surge capacity with a MOV for fast response time. When installing a TVSS, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Improper installation can reduce the effectiveness of the TVSS and may even create a safety hazard. Additionally, it is important to comply with all applicable electrical codes and standards. Regular inspection and testing of TVSSs are essential for ensuring their continued effectiveness. TVSSs should be inspected periodically for signs of damage or degradation. Additionally, TVSSs should be tested periodically using a surge tester to verify their performance. If a TVSS fails a surge test, it should be replaced immediately. Transient voltage surge suppressors, TVSSs, play a vital role in safeguarding electrical and electronic equipment from the damaging effects of voltage surges. Understanding the underlying principles of surge protection is crucial for selecting, installing, and maintaining TVSSs effectively. Firstly, the nature of voltage surges must be understood. Voltage surges are transient over-voltage events that can occur on electrical systems due to various causes, including lightning strikes, switching operations, and equipment malfunctions. These surges can be characterized by their amplitude, duration, and rate of rise. The amplitude of a surge is the peak voltage reached during the event, while the duration is the length of time the voltage remains elevated. The rate of rise is the speed at which the voltage increases. Secondly, the mechanism of surge protection is critical. TVSSs work by diverting surge currents away from protected equipment. When a voltage surge occurs, the TVSS clamps the voltage to a safe level, preventing it from reaching the equipment. The surge current is then diverted to ground through the TVSS's grounding conductor. Thirdly, the importance of clamping voltage needs to be highlighted. The clamping voltage is the maximum voltage that the TVSS will allow to pass through to the protected equipment. A low clamping voltage provides better protection, but it may also result in more frequent activation of the TVSS. The clamping voltage should be selected based on the sensitivity of the protected equipment. Fourthly, the significance of surge current capacity must be noted. The surge current capacity is the maximum amount of surge current that the TVSS can withstand without failing. A higher surge current capacity provides better protection against severe voltage surges. The surge current capacity should be selected based on the anticipated surge levels in the electrical system. Fifthly, the response time is a critical factor to understand. The response time is the time it takes for the TVSS to begin clamping the voltage surge. A faster response time provides better protection against fast rising voltage surges. TVSSs with nanosecond response times are generally preferred for protecting sensitive electronic equipment. Sixthly, the role of grounding in surge protection needs to be emphasized. Proper grounding is essential for the effective operation of a TVSS. The grounding conductor should be short, direct, and of adequate size to provide a low impedance path for surge currents to flow to ground. A poor ground connection can significantly reduce the effectiveness of the TVSS and may even create a safety hazard. Seventhly, the impact of lead length must be considered. The length of the conductors connecting the TVSS to the electrical system can affect its performance. Longer lead lengths increase the impedance of the circuit, which can reduce the effectiveness of the TVSS. Ideally, the lead length should be kept as short as possible. Eighthly, the concept of series impedance should be understood. The impedance of the wiring between the TVSS and the protected equipment can also affect its performance. Higher impedance reduces the effectiveness of the TVSS. Ideally, the TVSS should be installed as close as possible to the protected equipment to minimize the series impedance. Ninthly, the coordination of TVSSs is an important factor. TVSSs should be coordinated with other surge protection devices throughout the electrical system to ensure that voltage surges are effectively mitigated at all levels. This may involve installing TVSSs at the service entrance, at distribution panels, and at individual equipment locations. Tenthly, the limitations of TVSSs must be recognized. TVSSs are not a panacea for all electrical problems. They are designed to protect against voltage surges, but they cannot protect against other types of electrical disturbances such as undervoltages or harmonic distortion. Additionally, TVSSs have a limited lifespan and will eventually need to be replaced. In addition to these principles, it is important to consider the specific application when selecting and installing a TVSS. Different types of equipment have different surge protection requirements. For example, sensitive electronic equipment, such as computers and medical devices, requires a TVSS with a low clamping voltage and fast response time. On the other hand, heavy-duty electrical equipment, such as motors and transformers, may require a TVSS with a high surge current capacity. Regular inspection and testing of TVSSs are essential for ensuring their continued effectiveness. TVSSs should be inspected periodically for signs of damage or degradation. Additionally, TVSSs should be tested periodically using a surge tester to verify their performance. If a TVSS fails a surge test, it should be replaced immediately. TVSS technology continues to evolve, with new and improved designs being introduced regularly. Staying abreast of the latest developments in TVSS technology can help ensure that electrical systems are adequately protected against voltage surges.